What's up guys, it's Lauren. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know me and this is your first time seeing me, hello and welcome. My name is Lauren. I talk about all things running inspiration, and running tips on this channel. If you think you'd like that, go ahead and give it a thumbs up this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Today's video specifically is on my ultra marathon journey, my ultra running journey, my journey to becoming an ultra marathoner. So there's gonna be three parts to this video. The first part is the races and distances I've done before my ultra marathon. The second part is going to be the training leading up to my ultra marathon, the food, the days and the weeks before my ultra marathon. And then the third part to this video is recapping the day of my actual ultra marathon. Was I prepared enough with my hydration, my food? Did I feel well enough in my body? So we'll go through all of that in the third section. And if you're interested in just seeing one or two of those sections, I'm going to have down below in the description a little times sheet that you can click on and go directly to that one. Alrighty, let's get started with the video. Starting with part one, these are the races and things that I've done before my ultra marathon that led me to feeling confident in doing more than a marathon. So I've been running majority of my life. My first 5K was when I was around 10 years old. My first 10K was about 13. My first half marathon was when I was 18. And then my first marathon was when I was 20 to 21. Since then, I've logged over 20 to 30 5Ks. Honestly, I don't even know how many I've ran. For 10Ks, I've ran around 6 to 8 of them. I don't really run 10Ks that often. For half marathons though, I have ran 4. And then marathons I've ran 2, and then for my ultra marathon I have ran 1. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is my personal experience. One of my most challenging races that I had before my ultra marathon was my half marathon. I was trying to get a sub 2-hour half marathon, and on my 4th attempt of a half marathon I got to 1 hour and 57 minutes. So that's 3 minutes less than what I predicted myself to get. I was super proud, but it was very hard because I had no food, little to no water, and I threw up in front of everyone at the finish line. And I was like, wow, if I throw up at this, I'm definitely throwing up at my ultra. So that was one of my more challenging hard races, but I kind of treat my half marathons different than my ultra marathons. Half marathons, I try my best, I go quick, I try to beat my time every time. But for my ultras, I'm more of like a laid back, la-di-da-di-da, eat some crackers and potato chips and keep running kind of vibe. So nothing too crazy racing, but that's a challenging one that I've had. One of the good races that I had before doing my ultra marathon was my marathon. It was the marathon right before I did my ultra. So I did my marathon in September, and then September, October, November, December, 3 months later, I had my ultra marathon. For the marathon before my ultra, I wasn't trying to stress myself. I did get a PR or a PB, a personal best or a personal record during that race, but I wasn't trying so hard to like race as if I was gonna throw up at the end of the finish line. It was kind of like a relaxing, test my pace, see how I'm doing, try different fuel sources, and finish with a smile. And that was one of my better marathons that I've ever done. So I had a bad experience with my half marathon, but had a really good experience with my marathon, which is what made me feel more inclined to do an ultra marathon. All of the races that I did before my ultra instilled confidence in me to do my ultra, especially that one marathon that went really well. If I can run 26.2 miles, I can run 31 miles. That's just 5 more miles extra. I convinced myself I could do it. Awesome, so now it is part 2, which is the training that led up to my ultra marathon. To start with the training plan I did, I actually found a training plan online through the Marathon Handbook. It was the 50K Ultra Just Finish training plan. And the training plan that I set up lasted for 26 weeks. So I started off with the marathon plan, went all the way to the first blue highlight there, that was my marathon day, and then I added on the extra weeks that led to a full ultra. So I used my marathon as a training day to my ultra, if that makes any sense. And so I had this written out. I have the dates and highlights of important days that I really wanted to make sure I ran during that time. Of course, there were days during that training plan where I wasn't feeling well, didn't want to stretch, didn't want to run, and I listened to my body and I did not. I think a big part of ultra marathon training is listen to your body. If your body is telling you no, don't run that day. Because let me tell you, if you do, you're going to be hurting, you're going to be sad. It's going to be way worse than how you want it to end up. Take the day off. Maybe take 2 days off, and the next day just do that long run. Trust me, it'll help you. My weekly mileage during this 26-week plan did increase. So it started off with 17 miles per week and then ended right before taper at my highest mileage being 45 miles. My longest run on this training plan was a marathon, and no, it was not the marathon that I ran and raced. I actually had a marathon by myself. So one morning I got up and said, running a marathon for fun, no medal after this. So my training plan did include a marathon. Yes, I did it by myself. Yes, I survived. No, I wasn't hurting as much as I thought I would. Yes, I did have a little injury from that. So, you know, all bygones, bygones. The longest run that I ran during my plan was 26.2 miles. A big thing that I incorporated during my training plans was utilizing hill workouts and track workouts. Track workouts I used for a bit of a change of speed and motion. Going around in circles and circles is different than going out and back in other places, and then also challenging me with my speed, which I kind of suck at, but you know, that's okay. Ultra runners, we are slow runners too, and that's all right. But then I also utilized hills, and hills are very important because I knew the race that I had coming up had a little bit of hillage to it, but nothing too crazy that would stop me from wanting to run the race. For my hydration and food intake during my training plan, I utilized Goos, Nature Bakery bars, Uncrustables, crackers, nuts, and seeds. I utilized things that I knew I could use for like long-term calories, not just the instant sugar intake. I did utilize some caffeine pills during the long runs where I was just really getting tired. And then to wash those down, I honestly only used water during my prep. I don't really like electrolytes until after my run, nor do I like hydration packets till after my run. So I only strictly do water, preferably cold water. During those hotter runs in the summer, I put a little ice pack in my backpack. By 1 hour, my ice pack was dead and my water was lukewarm. But it did help in the beginning of those runs. All in all, I just tried to keep my water cold during my runs. That's what I love. So that's kind of my only hydration that I had, and then I utilized different forms of food during my long runs. The one thing I personally love about running is that I don't really experience any mental breaks or mental breakdowns. So when I'm on a run, I don't really hit a wall. Let's knock on some wood. I don't really hit a wall per se, but I do get fatigued easily, or fatigued easily in a sense where I'm 20 miles in and my body's exhausted. Why am I running? Why do I do this? But at the end of it, I'm always happy. So during those 26 weeks, I did become very tired, but I did not suffer per se. So the one thing I try not to do is suffer during running, or else I will hate running. I want to make running enjoyable. Why suffer? We should be having fun. That should be a shirt. Why suffer? We should have fun. Overall, my favorite part of training for my first ultra marathon was just trying new things. Running 26.2 miles by myself, waking up at 6 a.m. and running 19 miles. Cross training with swimming I also utilized at some points, but I only did that like 4 times. So I thought I was gonna be good at swimming. Turns out I'm not really good at swimming. I try, but swimming was just not a way that I could cross train. But overall, had a great experience for my training for ultramarathon. I really had nothing that pulled me down. Everything kind of pulled me up and made me more excited for the actual day of my ultramarathon. And that leads me to my third part of this video, the day of my ultramarathon. My race was a 50K race, so it was around 31 miles. It was a closed loop mixed with trail and pavement. It was a 7.79 around loop. So we did that 4 times. So I knew every single time I did a loop, I could stop at an aid station and got to eat some of the food there and all the goodies that they had. And then I was also able to see my mom who came to spectate, as well as my boyfriend. So every 8 miles, I got to see them, which made me super duper happy because I love like when people support me in that way. I'm like, oh my God, how are you? Hello, like thank you for coming. Even if I'm not on my like best attitude per se, because I'm running an ultramarathon, I was able to say hi to my mom and boyfriend, which made me super happy. And just knowing that they were encouraging me was really nice. So if you're doing an ultramarathon, have a crew or some friends that come see you every round, or different aid stations. The loop consisted of majority pavement, so it was really nice. What I've been training on is pavement in the forest, so it was nice when I go to an ultramarathon. It reflects my training, so I'd recommend doing that if you're looking into an ultramarathon. Don't run on street and then sign up for a trail ultramarathon. I'm telling you, it's a complete different thing. You will be suffering. Try to reflect in your training what your ultramarathon is going to look like. If your ultramarathon is trails, practice running on trails. If your ultramarathon is paved, practice on pavement. If your ultramarathon has hills, do hill repeats or hill workouts. Wherever you can find a hill where you're at, which in Illinois, very hard to find hills, do that. It's gonna help you immensely in your ultramarathon. During the day of my ultramarathon, my hydration and my food worked really well. So I kind of tried to reflect, again, what I did in my training into the actual day. I was able to ingest and eat enough calories to help me out during those 31 miles. But one thing that kind of went a little wonky, a little bad, was I have never had to go to the bathroom on a run. TMI. But I had to pee really bad. I really had to pee and I was like, oh no, there's no bathrooms until I get around the course, have to walk away from the course and then come back to the course. Oof, I was not about to do that. And all these guys were just going off into the forest and doing their business and like trying to get away from everyone because like you don't want to see other people going to the bathroom. But like I'm a woman, I can't just go into the forest and pee. Like that's not gonna happen. So I was freaking out. I was like, I'm so hydrated that I have to pee. And so luckily, about 2 miles past the aid station, there was like a little bathroom and I was really hoping because it was cold, like it would be open. Sometimes parks and facilities close their bathrooms up during winter times, but this one was open. So good, bad situation turned good. I was able to go to the bathroom, thank God. So luckily that situation was resolved, but Lord, I don't know what I would have done. Now I understand why ultramarathoners like just go to the bathroom in the forest. Like it's a need. During the 4 times that I did see my spectators at the aid station, I was actually in a good mood. I was thinking by the 3rd time, the last loop that I had to complete, I wasn't gonna be as happy, but I was actually in a really good mood and it kind of reflects how I did during my training. I was kind of like trying to be happy and upgoing and not really hitting a wall. So when I was doing my last loop, it made me super happy because I was like, wow, the last time I saw them, I was feeling really well and I'm ready to go. Eventually, I did cross the finish line, finishing my first ultramarathon, my first 50K, my first 31-mile race, and it made me so happy. Yes, I was fatigued. Yes, I was tired. Yes, my feet hurt, but I was so happy that I was able to accomplish something so hard that I thought I would never do. But I was like, wow, I did it. What else can I do moving forward? It kind of meant everything in the world for me to finish an ultramarathon. It taught me that I can do anything I put my mind to. It taught me that my training plan worked. It taught me that I'm a runner. I can run. And no one could take that from me because I did it. I tried my best. I finished. And that's why I have signed up for a 50-mile race. It's so crazy for me to say that. I have signed up for a 50-mile race this October. I will be running 50 miles, 19 miles more than I ran on my ultramarathon day. I feel like once I finish 50 miles, then I'm gonna be like, wow, I'm an ultramarathoner. Like, I am it. I can do it, you know? I feel like that's just gonna be the extra push. So I'm excited to see where this ultramarathon journey leads me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a like if you found it anything helpful, and subscribe if you wanna see more videos from me talking all about running, running inspiration, running shorts, running guides, anything you kind of can think of, and possibly even a questionnaire in the future. I would love to answer all of your questions that you have about ultra running, running in general, or just about me. Before I end this video, I do want to encourage everyone to try new things, start new challenges, and keep chugging forward because you can do it. I promise, whatever you put your mind to, you can succeed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day and happy running. Bye!